Hi, Schlockmeisters fans. By request, we're going to do Straw Dogs. Let's watch. American Dustin Hoffman, his wife Susan George, British. They've moved to the UK, into her old hometown.
I'm surprised you still remember me.
That's an old boyfriend, Charlie. Some of the locals kind of give Hoffman the cold shoulder a little bit. He's kind of regarded as an outsider. He plays David Sumner, does Dustin.
See anybody get night? Just between commercials.
There's a lot of uncomfortable feelings. Again, he's an outsider. David hires 3 or 4 of them to do some odd jobs around the place they got, and right away one of them stole Susan George's underwear.
It was nothing. She's got a dozen or more. Well, apart you.
What was so funny with them?
They just think you're strange.
He's getting tired of the guys hanging around.
If you want to help, then get your friends to finish. Get the garage makers and rat catchers, get them all to finish. And
They're always eyeing up Amy a little bit. Oops. At one point they see her topless as well. They clearly don't have a lot of respect for David. Even at the local pub, David gets the stink eye.
cheers.
David's very naive. Amy's cat has gone missing. Now those workers are getting a little violent.
Would you feel better if I went out and talked to them?
Not necessarily. Perhaps we could just pack up and leave.
Instead, though, they offer to take him hunting.
Okay. Thank you. That might be fun.
So David does go hunting with them, with little success. Little does he know, they just want him out of the picture, away from home for a couple hours.
Is David all right?
Fine. Enjoying himself.
I believe that's her ex-boyfriend, Charlie. He's paying a visit to Amy
All right.
while David is hunting. Immediately he makes moves on her, forcibly.
Get out!
Things escalate much worse from there when he attacks her. But in a kind of disturbing scene, it almost kind of seems like she's succumbing to it and being okay with it at this point. Odd. But she's definitely not okay when the guy's buddy comes in, flips her over, and does the same thing. Amy doesn't say anything to David.
Hooray for you, Tiger.
You asked them instead of making me look like an idiot with that bowl of milk.
You're a coward.
Oh, no.
And I'm a coward.
He finally decides to get rid of them.
Here, it's all here.
Well, why, sir? Why are we fighting? All right, sir. What I mean,
He fires them.
Sir, I mean, why? I've been sweating for 2 days.
I'd like to go for a walk.
That's David Warner, Niles.
Keep my arm.
He's the town idiot. And this girl is being nice to him. Not sure why yet.
All of them.
Would you like to kiss me?
I don't know if she's teasing him or she really is interested. But at one point, he hugs her. Guess he doesn't know his own strength. And he accidentally either crushed her neck, strangled her, whatever it is, she's dead. Anyway, Niles runs off. He doesn't know what to do. Unfortunately, he runs into the road. He calls to let the people know I got Niles here. He's convalescing here. Meanwhile, all these people are looking for Niles because they know he ran off with that guy's daughter. They haven't found the girl yet, but they came here looking for blood.
Listen, Mr. Sumner. We come to get this bloody freak. We're gonna get him.
He manages to get him back outside, but then they try to burst in.
I know how they feel. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Look, Snipe, we're after Mr. Sumner.
Then stay down. I'm on the levee.
Amy thinks they should give him up.
Get him out!
This is where I live. This is me. I will not allow violence against this house.
Major Scott shows up. He's like the local
Tell him I want that now.
authority.
Come in and get him.
Give me that bloody gun and get the hell out of here. Now, that's an order.
Give me that gun, damn you, Major. Let go!
God damn you!
So the mage is dead. There's major chaos going on now. Niles is freaking out. At one point, Charlie tries to reason with Amy.
I won't let them hurt you. Please, love.
Wait there, I'm coming.
Amy tries to let them in, and then David's like, uh-uh. At one point, David's able to tie one of them up in the glass in the window.
Good. Hope you're slipping through.
David boiled some hot oil on the stove, too, like cooking oil.
Keep the gun pointed, then he won't get near you.
There goes his foot. A little later, he beats up this guy. A little awkwardly, but he wins. One of them managed to get upstairs and is attempting to rape Amy again. Two bad guys face off. Charlie shoots him. That is a giant bear trap that David had as a house decoration, and he uses it to kill that guy. Ouch.
Jesus. I got them all.
Actually, there was one left. When he came in and started a fight, Amy finally shoots him. And that's the end of the bad guys.
Way home.
That's okay.
This is how our movie ends.
I don't either.
Alright, let's talk about Straw Dogs, which was a recent request. I hadn't seen this movie. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe 3 years ago that I watched it. But 3 years ago when I watched it was the first time I had seen this. I was aware of this movie back in the 80s, but I never got around to watching it. Watched it a couple years ago. I liked it then, I liked it now. The movie was actually remade in 2011 also with Kate Bosworth, I think it was, and James Marsden. Anyway, it came out in 1971. It's a movie. Dustin Hoffman plays this mild-mannered guy, very mild-mannered. And he and his wife, Susan George, move into this place in Europe somewhere. I think it's in London, or not in London, but in the UK somewhere. Turns out she is British, and she's basically returning to her hometown. It's kind of a rural area. And Dustin Hoffman is an American, and he is not really accepted by the locals around there. They kind of poke fun at him a little bit. He's a little oblivious to it also, and he's just, like I said, he's just very naive and doesn't understand a lot. turns out that one of the locals had a relationship with Susan George at some time in the past, and he kind of wants her still. So anyway, Hoffman hires 3 or 4 of these guys to do some repairs on the house and such, and it doesn't turn out all that well. They're kind of joke about him a lot behind his back and make fun of him. And like I said, most of the time he's oblivious, although Susan George seems to pick up on some of it. At one point, they invite him out to go hunting, and while that's happening, one of the guys comes back and rapes Susan George. Now, it's kind of an odd scene there I showed where at one point she almost seems like she's kind of liking it or enjoying it a little bit. Very disturbing in that regard. And then another guy comes in and he forcibly jumps on her too. That one was a little more violent. Anyway, she doesn't say anything to her husband, and life goes on. And then there's this other guy in town named Niles, played by David Warner, who accidentally is hugging this other girl, and he's kind of like the local idiot, and he doesn't know what his own strength, and he accidentally chokes this woman or breaks her neck or something by accident. Then the locals want to find him, and it turns out he showed up at on the road where Dustin Hoffman and Susan George were driving home. They accidentally hit him with their car. So they took him home back to their house to convalesce. And they find out later on that the locals find out that Niles is hiding there. So they want to go track him down because they think he did something to the girl, which obviously we know he did. So they try to get in the house. He refuses to let them in. And then violence ensues. They try to bust in. Eventually they do get in. And Dustin Hoffman fights them off. He uses a man trap on one of them. There's gunplay. There's shooting. The local sheriff gets shot when he tries to stop things. It gets really violent at the end, but eventually, as Dustin Hoffman says, I got them all, and he does. And the movie ends with him taking Niles home, and they're driving the car, and Niles says, I don't know my way home, because, like I said, he's not the brightest boy. And Dustin Hoffman says, I don't know either. So, directed by Sam Peckinpah, it was a controversial film because of the rape scene. In fact, this movie was banned in the UK until very recently, actually, about 10, 12, 15 years ago, maybe. They finally got it there. But anyway, it's a good movie. It's, like I said, it's violent, it's disturbing. It has a couple of nude scenes from Susan George in it. And that's about it. But yeah, it's called Straw Dogs. It's a good movie. I like it. I hope you like it too. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. It's available on DVD. It's probably available on Blu-ray at this point. I'm not sure, though, to be sure. This was put out by the great Anchor Bay back in the day, and that's how I got it. So anyway, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. It's called Straw Dogs. Watch it. Bye.